While millions of viewers tuned in with excitement to watch Jimmy Kimmel's much-anticipated return to late-night television, a significant portion of paying cable subscribers never got the chance. And the reason why is just as important, if not more important, than the show itself. Let's break it down. Jimmy Kimmel's comeback was supposed to be a major pop culture moment. For weeks, ABC had been promoting his return. Social media was buzzing. Viewers expected a sharp, emotional, and perhaps controversial monologue, the kind of late-night television that sparks headlines the next morning. Roughly 6.7 million people were ready and waiting. But while most of America tuned in to experience this so-called event television, others were cut off entirely. And it wasn't because of a power outage, bad weather, or even a glitch in broadcasting. It was because of corporate decision-making, decisions that speak volumes about how media is controlled, shaped, and sometimes manipulated in this country. For those subscribed through Sinclair Broadcast Group affiliates, the experience was not one of laughter or commentary. Instead, they were greeted with a corporate message, an eerily uniform announcement that replaced the highly anticipated Kimmel broadcast. Journalists, many of whom likely had no personal say in the matter, read statements in the most polite, almost robotic fashion. They tried to justify why local viewers were being denied the live broadcast. The official reasoning? A concern about balance, about biased news, and dangerous one-sided narratives. Now let's pause here. Think about the irony. Viewers expecting satire, commentary, and comedy about real-world issues instead got a polished, scripted lecture on the importance of balanced journalism, delivered word for word, across dozens of markets, by anchors who all sounded the same. If that doesn't feel unsettling, I don't know what does. The repeated phrase, drilled into the broadcast over and over again, was this: "This is extremely dangerous to our democracy." It wasn't said once. It wasn't said twice. It was hammered again and again, like an echo chamber that refused to let up. Watching clips from across the country, it was chilling to see respected anchors repeating the same words verbatim. Treasure Valley, Eastern Iowa, Mid-Michigan, El Paso. It didn't matter the location. The message was identical. And here's the reality. When every local station in a massive network is reading the exact same script, we stop talking about journalism and start talking about propaganda. Journalism, by definition, is diverse. It's investigative. It reflects the community it serves. Propaganda, on the other hand, is uniform. It's rehearsed. It's controlled. And when Sinclair stations turned away from Kimmel's broadcast to deliver this speech, it felt far closer to propaganda than journalism. Now back to Kimmel himself. For context, the controversy stemmed from previous remarks he made, remarks that some interpreted as poorly timed or misdirected. Critics argued he was insensitive, while others defended him as simply blunt. During his return monologue, Kimmel addressed this head-on. He made it clear that he never intended to trivialize the death of a young man. He had posted on Instagram at the time of the tragedy, sending love and compassion to the family. He emphasized again last night that his message was sincere. He also pointed out that he never intended to blame a group of people for the actions of a disturbed individual. But he admitted, honestly, and I respect this, that he understood why some people felt offended. He said if the roles had been reversed, he might have felt the same way. That kind of honesty, humility, and empathy is rare in entertainment, let alone in late-night television. And yet, because of Sinclair's decision, a large portion of Americans never even got to hear it. Let me be clear here. This isn't just about Jimmy Kimmel. Whether you like him, dislike him, or feel indifferent, that's not the core issue. The bigger story is about access. Do corporations get to decide what you can or cannot see even when you're paying for it? Do networks have the right to preempt programming based on political balance? Or is that just another word for censorship? Personally, I find it troubling. As viewers, we all understand that networks make editorial decisions. They choose what to air, what to prioritize, and what to censor. But there's a difference between choosing content based on programming value and silencing content because it doesn't align with a corporate narrative. And that's exactly what appears to have happened here. Sinclair Broadcast Group has long been criticized for its political leanings. Critics accuse it of leaning heavily conservative, of protecting Republican figures, and of framing news in ways that align with partisan talking points. And honestly, after watching the supercut of all those anchors repeating the same script, it's hard to argue against those criticisms. Imagine tuning into your local station and hearing anchors you've trusted for years reciting lines that sound less like news and more like state TV. This is dangerous to our democracy. This is dangerous to our democracy over and over again until the words lose meaning and instead create a sense of forced consensus. The irony is staggering. In trying to warn about biased, one-sided reporting, Sinclair delivered one of the most one-sided broadcasts in recent memory. Naturally, this has sparked outrage. Viewers took to social media, blasting Sinclair for silencing Kimmel's return. Many argued that if you pay for cable, you should have access to the same programming as everyone else. Others went further, calling for boycotts of Sinclair affiliates and advertisers. Now, whether boycotts are the answer is another discussion. At the end of the day, every consumer has to make their own choice. But ask yourself this: if your provider cut off access to a major national broadcast you were paying to see, would you just accept it, or would you push back? Personally, I know what I would do, and I wouldn't take it lightly. What makes this moment stand out even more is how Kimmel's return has been framed by media analysts. Some are calling it one of the most important moments in late-night history, not because of ratings. Kimmel's numbers have been inconsistent, but because of the cultural weight of his message. He used comedy, yes, but also empathy, accountability, and self-awareness. Those are powerful tools in a time when public discourse feels more divided than ever. Instead of doubling down on defensiveness, Kimmel admitted fault, clarified intent, and extended compassion. And yet, this pivotal monologue, what could have been a unifying television moment, was denied to millions. This incident raises questions far beyond one comedian's return. It forces us to ask, who gets to control the narrative in American media? Are corporations prioritizing political agendas over journalistic freedom? And how much longer will audiences accept it? For me, it's not just about what Sinclair did. It's about the precedent it sets. Today, it's Kimmel. Tomorrow it could be another host, another show, another moment of cultural importance. When corporations can dictate access, we risk losing not only entertainment but also the chance to hear perspectives that challenge us. Jimmy Kimmel's return should have been remembered solely as a late-night television milestone, a powerful blend of humor, honesty, and empathy. Instead, it has become a case study in corporate censorship, media control, and the fragility of free expression in the digital age. The irony is almost too perfect. A broadcast meant to highlight the danger of one-sided narratives was itself replaced by the most one-sided narrative possible. Anchors reciting a script, viewers denied a voice, and millions left wondering, whose democracy are we really protecting here? So, what should you do? That's your call. Boycott, complain, or simply spread awareness. But if nothing else, let this be a reminder. Media freedom isn't something to take for granted, and when corporations silence voices under the guise of balance, we should all be paying attention. This has been today's special media report. If you value access, transparency, and free speech, keep watching closely. Because last night wasn't just about Jimmy Kimmel, it was about all of us.